guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to show you guys some of my best and worst foundations to wear during the summertime if you have oily combination skin. So I have oily combination skin, so like during the summertime I need to make sure that I'm wearing foundations that accommodate my skin type and don't make me look like an oily, greasy mess, especially due to the fact that, like I live in the South and that's just not cute to look hot and greasy and oily and sweaty and whatnot. So there are a couple foundations that I do have though that I feel like are great for me during the winter time, because during the winter time my skin tends to get a little bit drier, and yeah, so that's why like I have certain foundations for the winter and then certain foundations for the spring and summer. And these to me are my personal like picks of foundations to like stay away from and then foundations to go to. Before we get into the video, if you do like these kind of videos or if you do like my channel, please feel free to give my video a like and a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe as well. All of the products that I mentioned in this video, of course, will be listed down in the bottom bar below, and then if you guys have any comments or questions, just let me know. Please feel free to leave those down below as well. But other than that, like, let's go ahead and get right into the video. I'm just gonna pull out like the worst foundations, and then from there I'll go from like worst to best. So the first foundation the first product that I would definitely not recommend oily skin girls to wear during the spring and summertime, or even like we're not even in spring anymore, like we're dead ass in summer, definitely going to be cushion foundations. Cushion foundations they're beautiful, they're great on the skin, they add like a really nice luminous look to the skin during the fall and winter, but during the summertime, if you have oily skin, it is no bueno, not cute, don't do it. And so the one cushion foundation that I have is the L'Oreal TrueMatch Lumi cushion, and it's a beautiful foundation, and it's really, really nice, and it's great, like I said, for the fall and winter time, but for the summertime, it's just not good. Cushion foundations are perfect for those of you that have dry skin, or like if you are going to wear a cushion foundation, I would do it for only like a short period of time. I wouldn't put something like this on for 8 hours a day or for a long period of time, just because it'll start to melt off. Trust me, I've done it. It doesn't look cute, so don't do it. The next foundation that I would say stay away from during the summertime is the Marc Jacobs Genius Gel Foundation. Now you guys have heard me talk about this, and I think that this foundation is absolutely beautiful for the fall and winter, but because it is more of like a gel kind of like consistency, I don't think that it's that great if you have oily skin. I just don't. Not during the summertime. If you have oily skin, this during the summertime, it's just gonna look even more oily and it's gonna glide off. And like I said, because it is more of like it's more of like that gel consistency, it's very hydrating and it's great for the winter, but just not for the summer. So I would stay away from this kind of foundation or any like gel formula foundations in general. Next foundation is one that I'm sure some people will probably disagree with me about, but this is just one of those foundations that to me personally does not work for oily skin during the summertime, and I'm not quite sure why beauty gurus that have oily skin really like love this foundation during the summertime. Is the MakeupForever HD Ultra HD foundation, and this is an absolutely beautiful foundation. It's really, really nice, but it's just one of those foundations that it's not nice if you have oily skin. Like, this is not a mattifying foundation. I don't know why certain people try to push this on to be like a mattifying foundation, because it's not a mattifying foundation at all. This is it kind of has like a medium coverage to me. It kind of has like a medium but buildable coverage to it, and it goes on and it looks kind of dewy, but it's not matte. It's not a matte foundation. And so if you are oily and you live in a hot area and you need your makeup to last all day long, I would certainly not do this. If you do want to wear this foundation, then I would recommend maybe wearing it closer to like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., like a little bit later on in the day, just so that it can last a little bit longer. But I have worn this on an 8-hour day, and it's just, it just doesn't stay flawless. It doesn't stay like matte, and it just doesn't stay on my face like some of the other foundations do. So I personally would not recommend you wearing this if you have oily skin during the summertime. The last product that I wouldn't recommend you wearing during the summertime if you have oily skin, and this is another gel product, by the way, is the Complexion Rescue by BareMinerals Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. Now, that in itself, the hydrating gel, like that in itself should tell you right there that if you are oily or have oily skin, that this is probably not going to be a good product for you during the summertime. Just like with the Marc Jacobs foundation, oily skin people, we need to stay away from like hydrating gel formulas during the hotter months, just because they will kind of like wear off of our skin, and it's just not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute to be oily. Like, it's okay for us to look a little bit like dewy and like to have more of a glow to our skin, but we don't want to look oily. And I can guarantee you this product, because again, like these are all foundations that I have tried to wear this summer, and they're just not cute. Yeah, definitely don't do it. Here are my foundation picks that I feel like are outstanding if you have oily skin and you want your foundation to last all day during the summer months. The first foundation is a drugstore option, and this is no surprise, but this is the Maybelline MATTE+Poreless FitMe foundation. Hence the word matte on it. It is a mattifying foundation. Even though it's not like super drying mattifying, it still has like a little bit of a dew, but this foundation will certainly last you all day. It is full coverage. I get it in the color 355. But this foundation will certainly last you all day. Now, if you do have oily skin, they do make a formula of this that caters not oily skin. If you do have dry skin, they do make a formula that caters more towards dry skin. But for my oily girls out there, or for my girls that want to remain matte, I would certainly make sure that you pick this one up. It's a drugstore find at that, so you can get it basically at any drugstore, and it's bomb. Yeah. The next one that I have, of course, is no surprise to you guys as well. This is also going to be a drugstore find, but this is the 24-hour foundation. It's the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is actually the foundation that I have on right now, and it's matte. You put it on your face, it locks in your makeup, that's not going anywhere. I have worn this numerous times, every year, every month, like every season I wear this foundation just because I love it so much. It's full coverage, and it's like the perfect foundation, and it's like one of the best foundations to wear if you do have oily skin. It's like a no-brainer if you are oily and you need a good mattifying foundation. Next foundation is actually one that I haven't even like brought out the box yet, so I keep these on backup, and you guys have heard me talk about this foundation, but this is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and it's waterproof, it's long wearing, and it's a liquid foundation. This is another foundation that if you have oily skin, this is definitely a foundation that I would certainly recommend. It is full coverage, super matte. It's not going anywhere. It's great if you have oily skin. It's great if you want it to last all day long. It's great like if you live in a humid climate, or like let's say you live in the South like I do. Like, it's great for that. It's not going anywhere. This foundation is like stuck. It's waterproof, it's sweat proof. Like, it's not going anywhere. So your foundation is going to stay flawless throughout the day. The next foundation that I have is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Now, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup foundation, and I have it in the color Rich Chestnut. This is one of those foundations that it technically doesn't claim to be like mattifying, but every single oily girl can agree. If you have tried this foundation, this is like your cult favorite right here. It is not necessarily like super mattifying, but it does have a little bit of like a matte consistency to it. Plus, it is just full coverage, and it's one of those foundations that a lot of working women or like a lot of YouTubers and whatnot, anybody that has to like work a full day or, you know, is oily and needs their makeup to last all day long, like everybody that I know has tried this foundation and absolutely love it. I've been using this foundation for years, and when I used to work in retail, this was like one of my only foundations that I ever wore, and it lasted me all day. And if you know, those of you that used to work in retail, or those of you that work in retail, you know, like you need your makeup to stay in place. Like you are working your 8-hour days, you're walking back and forth, you're up and down, like you need your makeup to stay beat. Like a shit ton of shades, and so there's literally like a shade for everybody out there. But gorgeous, gorgeous foundation, and I would highly recommend it if you have oily skin. And the last foundation that I have is this one right here. This is the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. Now, please, please, please do not let that Sheer Glow title fool you. There is nothing sheer about this, but it is definitely glowy, but not oily. If you want more of like that radiant look, that like pretty soft, radiant, like glow from within look, this will certainly give it to you. Again, it's not like an oily foundation, so please don't let that word fool you. And it's not like transparent or anything either. Like this is a full-on full coverage foundation. Absolutely beautiful. I love this foundation. I have worn this foundation plenty of times during the summer. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't dry down matte, but it's definitely not oily. Like it just kind of stays in place and just stays there. It doesn't go anywhere. I just love the luminosity that it has. I love that it makes your skin look a little illuminated, and I love the fact that even me as an oily girl, again, living in a humid area, I can wear this 8 hours a day and not worry about it looking greasy and running off my face. All right, love, so those are my picks for best and worst foundations for the summertime. Again, this is really just catered more towards like oily skin and girls that have oily skin. If you have dry combination skin, the products that I mentioned that were worst for me are probably going to be like, you're probably going to love them for you. Again, like these are just products that personally work for me, and that I know for a fact are like some of the cult favorites for those of you that have oily skin or skin similar to mine. So I would certainly love to know what products work for you if you have oily skin, especially during the summertime. Another thing that I would also say us oily girls stay away from is like the stick foundations. Stick foundations for some reason tend to be a little bit more like hydrating, and again, anything with like hydrating in it or oil in it or just anything that just says hydrating in the description, those products are products that we need to kind of just stay away from, because our skin automatically, like we generate natural oils and all that goodness in our skin already, and we don't need that adding on to like what's already in the foundation. So stick foundations, to me personally, I find tend to be a little bit more on the hydrating side. I have tried numerous stick foundations, and I have yet to find one that I can wear for 8 hours a day. I've tried the Hourglass, I've tried the Anastasia, I've tried the Bobbi Brown. Like I've tried numerous stick foundations, and again, there's just not really one that sticks out to me personally that I feel like I can wear for an 8-hour day and it doesn't make me look oily. If you guys do know of a good stick foundation that you know you can wear for an 8-hour day that doesn't make you look oily, I would certainly love to know. But other than that, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, everything that I mentioned will be listed down in the bottom bar below. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see as well. I always love, seeing you guys' recommendations. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say aside from I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, bye guys!